Everyday writing power, emails, social media, and clear communication. Introduction. Think about your day. How many times do you type words? You might write an email to your boss, send a quick message to a friend, or share a thought online. We write a lot, often without even thinking about it. But have you ever read an email that confused you, or seen a post that made you wonder what they meant? This happens often. Writing is not just for people who write stories or work with words all day. Everyone writes for many things they do. How you write can help you or hurt you. It can build friendships or cause confusion. It can help you do better at your job and connect with people you like. Learning to write well every day can give you a big help, a quiet strength that makes a real difference. This book is your easy guide to writing better and feeling more sure of yourself when it counts. We will focus on two big parts of our lives: emails for work and posts for social media. We will learn how to write emails that are clear and look good for work. We will make sure your message is understood and gets done, whether you write to coworkers, customers, or your boss. We will also look at social media. We will help you share your ideas so people connect with you and your message stands out. We promise that by the end of this book, you will write with more confidence, share your ideas more clearly, fix common writing mistakes, and look better online and at work. You will see that you already have the power to write well every day, and this book will help you find it. The main idea we will talk about is writing that works. What does that mean? It's not about writing fancy poems or long stories. Writing that works is simply writing that does its job. It means you have a clear reason for writing, your message is clear, and it's easy for the reader to understand what you mean and what you want them to do. Think of it as your basic tools for talking to people well every day in real life. This is not like writing for school or a story. It's about the writing you do to get things done, to talk to people, and to make sure they understand you. Every piece of writing that works has a task. It thinks about who is reading it and what they need to know. Its main goal is to be understood without confusion. It wants to send the message clearly without using too many words or confusing terms. For example, writing a subject line for an email that tells the reader right away what the email is about. That is writing that works. Making a short social media post that gets attention and makes people want to answer? That is also writing that works. Knowing when to sound formal in an email and when to sound casual on social media? That is also part of writing that works. The best part is that these are skills, which means anyone can learn them, practice them, and get better at them. In the next parts, we will work together to build your everyday writing strength. We will start by looking closely at writing emails for work. We will learn how to make subject lines that get noticed, and how to write the main part of the email so it gets results. Then, we will move to social media. We will learn how to create posts that get people interested, share information, and build connections. We will always remember the main ideas of writing that works, focusing on being clear, being short, and thinking about who is reading. This book has helpful tips, real examples from life, and things you can do right away to practice what you learn. When you finish reading, you will not just be writing. You will be sharing your thoughts with a clear goal and with strength. So, are you ready to change your everyday writing from something you must do to something that helps you succeed? Let's start finding your everyday writing power, one clear sentence at a time. 1. Writing for everyday life. We live in a world full of words. Think about your day from when you wake up. You might send a quick text to a friend about the weekend. You might check an email from your boss about a job. Later, you might look at social media, reading what family members are doing or commenting on a funny picture. Even writing a shopping list or a note to pick up clothes from the cleaners is writing. It's easy to forget, but writing is all around us, and we do it all the time without thinking it's a big deal. This constant writing is why we need what I call writing for real life. Don't let the word skills scare you. This isn't about being a famous writer or making up poems. Writing for real life is just being able to use words on paper or a screen to get things done. Well, it means making sure that when you write something, people understand you, and you get what you wanted. It's about writing emails that get answers, social media posts that connect you with others, and messages that build good friendships. Let's think about a time when writing didn't work well. A few weeks ago, my friend Sarah wanted to meet for coffee. She sent me a quick message. "Coffee tomorrow, 10? I saw it and thought, great. I sent back a thumbs up emoji. The next day, I went to our usual coffee shop at 10 a.m., ready to talk. But Sarah wasn't there. I waited, looked at my phone, and finally she texted, "Where are you? I've been here since 9:30. It turned out she meant 10 a.m. the day after she sent the message. My simple thumbs up and her short message, though quick, didn't clearly say the day. We both felt a bit upset and confused, all because a few words, or not enough words, caused a mistake. This shows how even small pieces of writing in our daily lives matter. This is where writing for real life comes in. These are the tools that help us avoid those small or sometimes big. They help us make sure our message is understood the way we want it to be. When we write an email for work, we want it to be proper and clear. When we post on social media, we want our friends to understand our thoughts or share our happiness. These aren't just about putting words together, they're about using words for a reason. Think about how people see you based on what you write. If you always send clear, kind emails, people tend to trust you and think you are dependable. They know you can communicate well. This can lead to new jobs or make people more willing to help you. On the other hand, if your messages are often confusing, have many mistakes, or sound unkind, people might not want to work with you or even talk to you. They might think you are messy or don't care. Your writing is like a digital handshake. It's often the first thing people notice about you. Many people tell me, "Oh, I'm just not a good writer." They might feel shy about writing emails or posting online. But the truth is, the kind of writing we do every day, writing for real life, isn't that hard. It's not about having a lot of words or writing long, complicated sentences. It's about being clear, being kind, and knowing how to say what you mean. These are things anyone can learn. Just like learning to drive or cook, learning to write well for everyday situations is a useful skill that can be taught and learned. You don't need to be a super smart writer to write a good email or a friendly social media post. Let's look closer at how writing touches our lives every single day. Writing is everywhere. More than just emails, we often think of writing as something serious, like writing a report for work or a school paper. But it's much more than that. Texts and quick messages, these are probably how most of us write the most. We use them to make plans, ask quick questions, share jokes, or send a short thinking of you. Even though they are short, being clear is still important. A text like "see you there at 7" can be easily misunderstood if there isn't clear, or if 7 means in the morning or at night. Social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. These places have lots of writing. We share what's happening in our lives, say what we think, comment on news, and connect with others. A post written badly can cause arguments or misunderstandings. A post written well can start good talks and bring people together. Think about a time you saw a comment section get angry. Often, it starts with someone writing something that another person didn't understand correctly. Online reviews. Bought something online? You might write a review. Cooked a new recipe? You might leave a comment on the website. These are all ways of writing that help others make choices. A clear, honest review is very helpful. A vague or angry comment might not be as useful. Notes and lists. Even a simple shopping list is a type of writing for real life. It helps you remember what you need. A list of things to do helps you organize your tasks. A note left for someone in your family: milk is in the fridge, dinner at 6 is a quick, important way to communicate. Every one of these examples uses writing to do something. They help us organize our lives, connect with people, and share information. Writing for real life is about getting things done. The main idea here is that our writing needs to work. It needs to have a purpose. This is the main point of writing for real life skills. It's not about beautiful words, it's about communicating well. Being clear is most important. The biggest goal is that the reader understands exactly what you mean. This means using simple words, clear sentences, and getting straight to the point. If you are asking for information, make the question easy to see. If you are giving instructions, make them simple to follow. Reaching your goal: what do you want to happen after you write something? Do you want someone to reply to your email? Do you want people to like your social media post? Do you want to get someone to do something? Your writing should be made to help you reach that goal. If you want a quick answer to a question, you need to make the question easy to find an answer. Building and keeping relationships. How you write affects how people feel about you. Being kind, even in a short text, can make a big difference. Using please and thank you, or starting a message with a friendly hello, shows respect. This helps build trust and keeps your friendship strong, whether they are personal or for work. When you communicate well in writing, people are more likely to respond nicely and want to keep talking to you. The power of your words, how they affect chances, and what people think your writing shows who you are. It's how you show yourself to the world, especially in our lives that are more and more online. Being professional. At work, your emails, reports, and even quick messages are always being read. Writing that is clear and has no mistakes shows that you are professional, pay attention to details, and are capable. This can lead to better job chances, promotions, and more important tasks. Imagine 2 job applications. One is messy, with mistakes and unclear sentences. The other is neat, clear, and easy to read. Which person do you think makes a better first impression? Your personal image. Even in your personal life, your writing matters. How you talk to friends, family, or even strangers online can shape what people think of you. A thoughtful comment on a friend's picture shows you care. A clear explanation in a group helps solve a problem. On the other hand, a message that seems demanding or unclear can cause hurt feelings or damage friendships. Opening doors. Good writing can create chances. Maybe you need to ask a busy person for advice. A well-written, short email that respects their time is more likely to get a good answer than a long, unclear message. Maybe you want to join an online group. A clear, friendly first post can make people welcome you. Bad writing, however, can close doors before you even get a chance to show what you can do. Connecting the dots. You can be a good writer. It's very common to hear people say, "I'm not a writer." They might feel nervous about writing, thinking it needs a special talent. But the truth is, the skills needed for everyday talking are practical and can be learned. Focus on being practical, not perfect. We're not trying to win writing awards here. We're trying to communicate clearly. This means focusing on making your message easy to understand. Are your sentences too long? Are you using words people might not know? Is your main point easy to find? Skills you can learn. There are specific ways to make writing clearer and more effective. Things like thinking about what you want to say before you write, using simple sentence structures, checking for mistakes, and choosing the right tone for who you are talking to. These are all skills you can practice and get better at. Confidence through practice. The more you practice writing with a focus on being clear, the more sure of yourself you will become. Start small. Pay attention to the writing you do every day. Ask yourself, is this clear? Is this kind? Did it do what I wanted? Over time, you will naturally get better. Answering the call. Thinking about your own writing to really understand how much writing affects our daily lives. Let's take a moment to think about your own experiences. 1. What are 3 real examples from your daily life where you recently used writing to communicate? Think beyond just formal emails. Let's think about my own day. First, I sent a text message to my neighbor, Mr. Henderson, asking if he could watch my package that should arrive tomorrow while I'm away. It was a simple request, but it involved writing. Second, I wrote a comment on a recipe website after I tried a new cake recipe. I wanted to say it turned out great and suggest a small change to the frosting. This was writing to share my thoughts and connect with other people who like to bake. Third, I wrote a short note to my son, reminding him to finish his homework before playing games. It was a quick reminder, but still a written instruction. 2. How did being clear or the tone of your writing in those moments affect what happened? Briefly describe one time it worked well and one time it could have been better. Where it worked well, my text to Mr. Henderson worked really well. I kept it short and polite. Hi, Mr. Henderson, hope you're well. I have a package coming tomorrow and I'll be away. Would you mind keeping an eye on it for me if it arrives? I'd really appreciate it. Thanks so much. He replied right away with, of course, happy to help. Just let me know when you're back. The clearness of my request and the kind tone made him feel comfortable saying yes. He knew exactly what I needed and felt thanked. Where it could have been better, the note to my son is where things could have been improved. I wrote, homework first, then games. He saw it and, instead of doing his homework, he went straight to playing games. When I asked him about it later, he said, but you didn't say when I had to do it. I thought I had time before dinner. My note was too short. It didn't have the clear information needed to guide his actions properly. I should have been more specific, like, please finish your math homework before you play video games. Dinner is at 6 p.m. My attempt at a quick reminder ended up causing a small problem because the writing wasn't clear enough about the time and what was most important. It was a good lesson for me. Even short notes need to be clear. Understanding that writing is an important, everyday tool is the first, crucial step. We've seen how writing is part of our daily lives, from quick texts to online comments, and how being clear and kind in our writing directly affects our friendships and chances. We've also seen that getting better at this kind of writing isn't about magic. It's about learning and practicing useful skills. Now that we've shown how important and common writing for real life is, we can start to look at the specific ways it's used and the methods that make it truly effective. We'll begin with one of the most common and important ways we communicate at work, the email. 2. Writing skills for emails. When we send an email, it's like sending a small mission. We want something to happen after the person reads it. Before you type, ask yourself, what do I want this person to do or know? This is the start of writing for a purpose. This means writing clearly so the other person understands and does what you need. Imagine Sarah needed Mark to check a report by the end of the week. She wrote, "Hi Mark, can you look at this report? Thanks Sarah." Mark was busy. He thought he'd do it later, but then forgot. By Friday, Sarah was worried because Mark hadn't read it and she couldn't finish her work. If Sarah had thought about her goal, getting the report checked by Friday, she could have written it. Better, she could have said why she needed it checked and when exactly. Knowing the email's goal helps you choose the right words. The next important thing is to make your email easy to see and understand right away. The subject line and the first sentence are key. They grab the reader's attention. A good subject line is like a sign. It should be short and tell what the email is about. Instead of report, try need report reviewed by Friday or question about meeting. This tells Mark right away what the email is about and that it's important. The first sentence should be clear. If you want Mark to check the report, say so. Like this: "Hi Mark, please review the attached report by Friday. Your feedback is needed for the project." This tells Mark who you are, what you need, when you need it, and why. This helps him know what to do. Writing this way makes it easy for others to understand and act. Now, let's talk about keeping things simple and neat. People often just glance at emails. So, clarity and being brief are very important. Get your message across without long, confusing sentences. Make your email easy to read quickly. Use short paragraphs. Instead of one big block of text, break up your ideas. Each paragraph should be about one main thing. For example, if you're talking about a meeting, one paragraph for the date, one for the place, and one for what you'll discuss. Also, use bullet points or numbered lists. If you have many questions or things to say, lists make them clear and easy to read. If Sarah needed Mark to check 3 things in the report, she could have written, "Please review the attached report by Friday. Your feedback is needed for the project. Please check these things. Are the sales numbers in section 3 correct? Do the conclusions make sense with the data? Are there any spelling or grammar mistakes? Let me know if you have questions." This is much easier to read than one long sentence. The list makes the points clear. Organize your thoughts well. Put the most important information first. If you're asking for something, ask early. If you're explaining a problem, describe it clearly before offering a solution. This helps the reader follow you. These skills help your emails work for you. How you sound in an email is also very important. This is about tone and being professional. Since you can't use your voice, your words must show how you feel. Choosing the right words makes you sound polite and professional, even when asking for something or pointing out a problem. Think about saying you did this wrong versus "I saw a small issue with X. Can we look at it together?" The first sounds angry, the second is helpful and kind. Even if you're upset, choosing your words carefully stops confusion and keeps things friendly. This is important when emailing someone you don't know well or someone in charge. Using confusing words or too much special language can also be a problem. Only use words you know the reader will understand. If you email someone from another team about a technical problem and use lots of special words they don't know, they might not understand and make mistakes. Using clear, simple words shows you respect the reader. Being professional doesn't mean being stiff. It means being polite, clear, and focused on your message. A friendly closing like "best regards" or "sincerely" is good. Don't use slang, too many exclamation points, or all capital letters, as this can seem rude. Finally, every good email needs a clear call to action. This tells the reader exactly what you want them to do next. If you don't have one, the email might not get a response. This makes sure your email does its job. In Sarah's email, her call to action was "review the attached report by the end of the day on Friday." But she could have been clearer. She could have added, "Please reply when you are done or send me your notes by Friday." This makes it very clear what needs to happen. Let's say you email a potential customer to tell them about your services. You want them to agree to a meeting. Don't just say, "Let me know what you think." Instead, say, "Would you be free for a short 15-minute call next week to talk about how we can help your business?" Please tell me what day and time works best for you. This clearly asks them to do something specific and makes it easy to reply. A clear call to action makes sure your email leads to something happening. It's the final step to get the result you want. It's using your writing skills to get real results. So, think about these questions before you send an email. What is the most important thing I want from this email, and how can my writing help the reader do that? If you can answer this, you're on the right track. Then, look at your email. Is it easy to read quickly? Did I use formatting to show important parts? Is my main point clear? If it looks like a wall of text, break it up. Use lists and short paragraphs. And think, does my tone fit who I'm writing to and why? A quick check of your words can avoid problems. Learning these skills, knowing your purpose, writing clear subjects and openings, being brief and organized, choosing the right tone, and having a clear call to action makes your emails powerful tools. They help you talk well, solve problems, and build relationships. After we learn how to write clear and useful emails, we can look at another important way we share ideas on social media. 3. Writing clearly on social media. The world of social media is like a busy town square where people share ideas, feelings, and news very quickly. It can be exciting, but also a bit confusing. Learning to write clearly online is like learning to walk safely in that busy square. This is where functional writing helps. Functional writing means writing clearly for a specific, everyday reason. On social media, that reason is often to share something with many people, so they can understand it fast. Imagine you were looking at your phone. Posts fly by. A friend's picture, a news headline, a funny image, a company's announcement. What makes you stop? Usually, it's a post that is easy to understand right away. If you have to read something many times to know what it means, you will likely just keep scrolling. So, writing clearly on social media is very important to make sure people see your message. Let's tell a story. My friend Sarah is a great baker. She started a small business selling beautiful custom cakes. She wanted to use social media to show her cakes and find customers. One day, she posted a picture of a beautiful wedding cake. She was very proud of it. She wrote a very long description about the cake's flavors, the delicate sugar flowers, and how long it took to make. She put all her feelings into the words, explaining every small detail. Her post got a few likes, but not many people contacted her. Sarah was sad. A few days later, she saw a post from another baker in her town. This baker had a similar wedding cake, but their message was short and nice. Beautiful wedding cake for a special day. Sparkles, want to make your party amazing? Click the link in our bio to order. Wedding cake custom cakes local baker. This message was shorter and more direct. It got many likes and comments. Sarah heard that baker got many orders that day. Sarah understood her mistake. She had written a nice description, but it wasn't functional for social media. It was too long, and the main point, that people could order cakes from her, got lost. She didn't think about who would read it or how social media works. This shows how important functional writing is. We need to write in a way that works for social media, not just on it. Know where you are posting and who you are talking to. This is the first big step. Social media is not just one place, it has many different parts, and each part has its own rules. What works on one part might not work on another. Let's look at some examples. Twitter, now X. This place is for short, strong messages. You have very few words to get your idea across. If you write a long story here, it might get cut off or ignored. People on Twitter expect quick news and funny thoughts. So for Twitter, you need to write very short and impactful messages. A good Twitter post might be, We just started selling our new water bottle that is good for the earth. Droplet drink water, help the planet. Buy it here. Link sustainability new product Instagram. This place is all about pictures and videos. The images are the most important. Your words are important too, but they should help the picture or video. People often look at Instagram for ideas, beauty, or fun. You can write longer words here than on Twitter, but they still need to be interesting and easy to read. Think about Sarah's cake. A better Instagram message for her might be, "So happy with this cake. Birthday cake, I loved making this beautiful wedding cake for a special couple." Look at the details. Want a cake that looks amazing? Send us a message or visit our website. Wedding cake decorating celebration cakes and staff would see how it talks about the picture, adds a feeling, and tells people what to do. Facebook. This place is more flexible. You can write longer messages, share pictures, videos, and links. People use it to talk to friends and family and also for groups and business pages. Many different kinds of people use Facebook. You can write a bit more here than on Twitter, but it still needs to be clear and interesting. If you are sharing a personal update, you might write a few paragraphs. If you are selling something, you need to say clearly what it is and why people should want it. LinkedIn. This is a place for work. Most people here are in business. Your writing should be more formal and about jobs, business news, and work achievements. A casual, funny post that works on Facebook might not fit here. For example, instead of saying "I had a very busy week," on LinkedIn you might say, "This past week involved successfully handling many difficult project tasks, which helped our team work much better. Project management, leadership, business tips." So, before you start typing, ask yourself, where am I posting this? And who am I talking to? Knowing the place and the people is the first step to writing clearly on social media. It's like speaking the right language in the right place. Be short and sweet on social media. People don't have much time. Think about how fast you scroll through your posts. You probably only look at each post for a few seconds before deciding to keep going or stop. This means your writing needs to be short and get to the point quickly. This is a main part of functional writing for social media. You need to put a lot of meaning into just a few words. If you can say something in 5 words instead of 10, try to do that. This doesn't mean your writing has to be bad or unfinished. It means choosing your words carefully. Let's look at an example. Imagine you want to tell people about a sale at your store. Too long and uses too many words. We are very happy to tell you that for a short time, we will have a special price on all of our wonderful items. You should really come and see us soon to get this great chance to save money. Much better and shorter, big sale. Party Popper, get 20% off everything in our store this weekend only. Don't miss it. Sale discount shop local. Do you see the difference? The second message is direct, uses exciting words, big sale. Party clearly says the offer 20% off, the time this weekend only, and includes helpful words sale. It's much more likely to catch someone's eye as they scroll. Being short also means making your sentences and paragraphs easy to read. On places like Twitter, you have very few words you can use. Even where you have more space, people like posts that are easy to scan. Break up long pieces of writing into shorter sentences and paragraphs. Use lists if you have many things to say. Think of it like packing a bag. You want to bring everything you need, but not so much that you can't close the bag or carry it. For social media, you want to include all the important information for your message, but keep it as small and easy to understand as possible. Being short and impactful is a strong skill for your social media writing. Be clear, not just clever most of the time. It's tempting to try and be very smart or funny with your social media posts. A clever phrase can be remembered and humor can get attention. But when you are writing for a clear, everyday reason, being clear is almost always more important than being clever. Because if your cleverness makes your message confusing, you have not done your main job. People might like your smart words, but they won't understand what you mean and they won't know what to do next. Being unclear online can cause problems. A joke might not be funny to everyone, a sarcastic comment could be understood as serious, or a complicated idea might be completely misunderstood. Let's think about Sarah's cake business again. Imagine she posted this: "My cakes are so good, they will make you forget your worries. Be careful, they might make you very happy and want to dance." This is a bit clever, right? But what does it really tell a person who might want to buy a cake? It's fun, but it doesn't clearly say what the product or service is. Someone might smile, but they might not think, "Oh, I need to order a cake from her for my party." Now, compare that to make your next party sweeter. Partying Face Our custom cakes are made with love and designed to impress. They are perfect for birthdays, anniversaries, and any party worth celebrating. Order yours today. This second message is clear. It tells you what the product is: custom cakes, what they are for parties, and what to do next order. Today, using the link. It doesn't try to be too clever, it focuses on being easy to understand and useful. This doesn't mean you can never be funny on social media. Humor and cleverness can be great ways to make your message more interesting and memorable. But they should always help the main goal of your post. If you use a play on words or a joke, make sure the main message is still very clear underneath. Ask yourself, if someone only reads the first few words, will they understand the main idea? If the answer is no, you need to make it simpler. Functional writing on social media is about getting the message across well, and that often means being clear first. Pictures and words work together. On social media today, pictures and videos are very powerful. Places like Instagram and TikTok are built around them. But even on places with lots of words, pictures are very important. Your words and your pictures should work together like a team to tell a story or share a message. They should help each other, not try to get attention separately. Think about someone who writes about travel posting on Facebook. They might share a beautiful picture of a beach at sunset. If their words just say, "beach," it's a missed chance. The picture is beautiful, but the words don't add anything. Now, imagine the words say, "magic light in Santorini. Sparkles, the sky looked like fire tonight, and the sea was quiet. I feel so lucky for moments like these." What is your favorite travel memory? Santorini, Greece. Travelgram, Sunset Lover. Here, the words make the picture better. They describe the feeling, add a little poetry, and ask a question to get people to respond. The words don't just describe the picture, they add more information, feeling, and a reason for people to talk. This is a very important part of functional writing on social media. You need to think about how your words will go with the picture or video you are sharing. Do your words explain what is happening in the picture? Do they add feeling or information that the picture alone cannot give? Do they help the viewer look at something specific in the picture? Do they tell the viewer to do something after seeing the picture? For example, if you own a small business and post a picture of a new product, your words could talk about a special feature or benefit that you can't see just by looking at the photo. If you are sharing a video that shows how to do something, your words might give a quick summary or a link to more instructions. The goal is to create a complete message. The picture gets attention, and the words give the important details, the story, or tell people what to do. When they work together smoothly, your message is much stronger and easier for people to understand and remember. Putting words and pictures together well is a key functional writing skill for success on social media today. Tell people what to do when it makes sense. One of the most important functional writing skills for social media is knowing when and how to ask your audience to do something. This is called a call to action, or CTA. Without a clear CTA, your post might be interesting or give information, but it might not achieve the specific goal you wanted. Think about why you were posting. Do you want people to visit your website? Buy something? Sign up for emails? Share your post? Leave a comment? The clearer you are about what you want them to do, the more likely they are to do it. Let's go back to Sarah's cake business. Her first post just described the cake. It didn't have a CTA. The second post, which did better, had a clear CTA. Link in bio to order. Or send us a message or visit our website. Here are some examples of good CTAs for different situations. For a story on a blog, read the whole story on our blog. Link in bio. Blogging new post for a sale on products. Shop the sale now and save 30%. Click here. Link deals shopping to get people to comment. What do you think about this? Tell us in the comments below. To get people to share. If you found this helpful, please share it with your friends. To get people to visit your website, find out more about what we do on our website. Link to promote an event. Sign up for our upcoming online talk by clicking here. Link webinar event. A good CTA is usually clear and direct. Use words that tell people what to do, like shop, learn, sign up, comment, share. Short. Get straight to the point. Easy to see. Make sure it stands out in your post. Related. It should fit naturally with what your post is about. Sometimes the CTA is not directly stated but is understood. If you post a beautiful picture of a place to visit, the understood CTA might be for people to feel inspired to travel or to talk about their own travel dreams. However, for most functional writing on social media, a clear CTA works much better. Without a clear call to action, your audience might enjoy what you post, but they might not know how to take the next step. It's like telling someone how to find a treasure, but forgetting to say where the treasure is buried. A strong CTA turns your social media post from just a message into something that helps you get a specific result. It's a vital part of making your social media writing truly functional. Questions to ask yourself before posting. Before you click post, take a moment to stop and think. Asking yourself a few important questions can make your social media writing much clearer and more effective. These questions help you focus on the main reason for your message and the people you are trying to reach. The first important question is, what is the one most important message I want to share in this post, and how can I say it in the simplest way? This makes you find the very center of your message. Is it an announcement? An opinion? Some advice? A question? Once you know that, you can work on saying it with the fewest, clearest words possible. For example, if you are posting about a new product, the most important message might be we have a new product that helps with X problem. Then you can add details that support that simple idea without hiding it. This question is the heart of functional writing, taking your idea and making it as strong as possible for your audience. The second important question is, who am I trying to reach with this post, and what words or tone will connect best with them on this specific platform? This brings us back to understanding your audience and the platform. If you are posting on LinkedIn, your audience is people who work, and your tone should be professional. If you are posting in a Facebook group for people who like gardening, your audience shares an interest in plants, and a friendly, knowledgeable tone might work well. Using slang or words that your audience doesn't understand will create a barrier. On the other hand, using very formal language in a casual setting can make you seem out of touch. Think about the words you use. Are they simple and direct? Do they match how your audience talks? For instance, if you were trying to reach younger people, you might use emojis or more casual words depending on the platform. If you are talking to experts in a field, you might use more specific terms, but still make sure it's clear what you mean. By asking these two questions, you are actively using functional writing skills. You are making sure your message is not only clear on its own, but is also made to be understood by the specific people you want to connect with on the platform where they are. This thoughtful way of writing turns your social media posts from just sharing information into truly communicating. Conclusion. Connecting the dots, we have learned how to make your social media writing clear, short, and impactful. We have seen how knowing your audience and platform, focusing on clarity, using pictures well, and including a clear call to action are all important parts of functional writing in this fast-moving online world. These skills help your message get noticed, understood, and acted upon. Just as we have learned to make our thoughts short for the quick scroll of social media, we can use similar ideas of clarity and purpose for email, which is a bit more formal, but still very important. The way we write an email to a coworker or a customer needs a similar focus on clear purpose and knowing who we are talking to, though maybe with a different tone and way of organizing words. 4. Importance of good writing for communication. We use writing a lot in our busy lives. We send emails to our bosses. We share updates with friends. We leave notes for family. Sometimes, these messages are easy to understand and helpful. But other times, they can make people confused or cause problems. This is where functional writing skills are important. These are the skills we need to write clearly and well for everyday things. They help us make sure our work emails are good. They help our social media posts make sense. When we have these skills, we talk to people better, at work and online. Think about the last email you got or the last post you saw. Did you know right away what the person wanted? Or did you have to read it a few times to understand? How we write changes how people see us and how well they understand us. It's not just about putting words down. It's about connecting with others. Let's look at a common example. Sarah is very good at her job. She needs some important information from her coworker, Mark, for a project. She quickly types an email late in the day. It looks like this. Subject: Project stuff. Hey Mark. Need those numbers for the Q3 report ASAP. Let me know. Thanks, Sarah. Sarah meant to be helpful. She was busy and just wanted to ask quickly. But Mark gets this email. He is also busy. The subject line is not clear. Project stuff could mean many things. Those numbers is not specific. Which numbers? For what part of the report? ASAP is common, but it doesn't tell Mark when Sarah really needs them, or why. Is it needed today, or can it wait until tomorrow? Mark feels a little worried. He doesn't know what Sarah needs. So he might ignore the email, hoping she will explain more later. Or he might guess. Guessing could mean he sends the wrong information. If he guesses wrong, Sarah might get upset, and the project could be late. This mix-up happened because Sarah's writing was not clear enough. She did not use her functional writing skills well here. Now, let's imagine Sarah wrote the same email, but this time she used her functional writing skills to be clear. Subject: Q3 report data request for sales figures. Hi Mark, I hope you're having a good week. I am working on the Q3 financial report. I need the exact sales numbers for the North American area for September. Can you please send me the computer file you used for this data by the end of today? This will help me finish the analysis part on time. Thank you for your help. Do you see the difference? The subject line is very clear. Sarah explains exactly what she needs: exact sales numbers, for the North American area for September and how she wants the computer file you used. She also says why she needs it and when she needs it by the end of today. Mark gets this email. He knows right away what Sarah needs, why she needs it, and when she needs it. He can easily find the right file and send it. This saves him time and confusion. Sarah gets the information she needs on time, and her project stays on track. This shows how good, functional writing works. It makes talking to others easy and effective. This difference shows something very important. First impressions matter. Today, especially online, how you write is often the first way people learn about you. Think about it. Before you meet someone for a job interview, you might email them. You might look at their social media before you decide to follow them. If those emails have many mistakes, or if the social media posts are hard to understand, what do you think of them? You might think they are not careful, not very smart, or not professional. This can happen even if the person is very talented and smart. Their writing, sadly, speaks for them, and it doesn't say good things. Good writing, on the other hand, makes you look good. It shows you care about details. It suggests you are organized and think things through. It shows you respect the person you are talking to enough to write clearly. This can be a big help, whether you are trying to get a job, asking for a favor, or sharing an idea. It's like wearing nice clothes for an important meeting. Clear writing is showing your best self. Besides first impressions, clarity prevents misunderstandings. This is maybe the most direct good thing about functional writing skills. When your message is clear, people understand what you mean, exactly how you mean it. This saves a lot of time and frustration. Think about putting together furniture with confusing steps, or trying to cook with unclear instructions. It's very annoying, right? The same happens when we talk to each other. If you ask someone to check the report, what does that mean? Do you want them to find mistakes? Do you want them to check if the information is correct? Do you want them to share their thoughts? Without clarity, the reader has to guess. This guessing can lead to mistakes. In a job, these mistakes can be expensive. Imagine a builder not understanding a customer's instructions because the writing was not clear. This could mean building the wrong thing, wasting time and money. In personal life, misunderstandings can cause fights or hurt feelings. Clear writing stops this confusion, making sure everyone understands the same thing. This leads us to the idea of building trust and credibility. When people can easily understand what you say, they start to trust you more. If your emails are always clear and professional, your coworkers will trust that you know what you are talking about. If your social media posts are well thought out and easy to follow, people will believe what you share. This trust is like a strong base for any relationship, at work or in your personal life. When you communicate clearly, you show that you are dependable and that people can count on your word. On the other hand, if your writing is messy, full of errors, or confusing, people might start to doubt if you are capable or even honest. They might think, if they can't even write a clear email, how can I trust them with this important job? Building trust through good writing is a strong way to gain respect and influence. Let's think about this question. Can you remember a time when your own writing or someone else's caused a problem or misunderstanding? What happened because of it, and how could better writing have stopped it? I remember a time early in my career when I had to plan a small team event. I sent an email with the subject "Team Get Together." I put the date and time but forgot to say where it would be. I thought everyone would know our usual meeting spot. What happened? A few team members went to our usual office meeting room, but it was empty. They had to call me, confused. I had to tell them the real location, which was a coffee shop across town. This made them late for the event and caused some stress and confusion. In this case, the result was small, just some people being late and a little annoyed. But it could have been worse. If it had been a very important meeting, people being late could have caused bigger problems at work. How could better writing have stopped it? By simply including the location in the first email. A clear, functional email would have had all the needed details: subject, team get-together at the Daily Grind Cafe, date, time, location, the Daily Grind Cafe address. Adding this one piece of information would have made sure everyone arrived at the right place, on time, without any confusion. It's a small example, but it shows how a small mistake in writing can mess up even small plans. Another example, from a friend, involved a misunderstanding with a landlord. My friend, let's call her Mia, sent a text message to her landlord about a faucet that was leaking. She wrote, "The kitchen sink is dripping, can you fix it soon?" The landlord, who was very busy, understood soon as when I have time. A week went by, and the dripping continued, wasting water and becoming annoying. Maya was upset. She felt the landlord was not listening. When she called to check, the landlord said he didn't think it was urgent. Maya realized her text message, though polite, was not clear enough about how urgent it was. She could have written, "The kitchen sink has started to drip steadily. It seems to be getting worse. Could you please send a plumber to look at it in the next 2 days? I am worried about wasting water." This more detailed message would have shown the urgency and the specific need much better, likely leading to a faster solution and stopping Maya's frustration. The effect of unclear writing is even bigger in our digital messages. How does unclear writing in digital places like social media comments or quick emails specifically affect how credible the sender seems or how much the receiver wants to interact? In the fast world of social media and instant messages, we often type quickly without thinking much. This can lead to messages that have wrong grammar, use slang in the wrong way, or are just hard to understand. When this happens online, it can really hurt how credible you seem. A social media comment with many mistakes or confusing words might make the writer seem less knowledgeable or less serious about what they are discussing. If someone is trying to share important information or state a strong opinion, poorly written comments can weaken their message. People might ignore their ideas because the way they are presented is weak. It's like trying to sell a beautiful painting in a dirty, messy shop. The presentation takes away from the value. Also, a lack of clarity directly affects how much the receiver wants to interact. If a comment or message is hard to understand, the receiver might just scroll past it or ignore it. Why would someone spend their valuable time trying to figure out a confusing message when there are thousands of other, clearer messages competing for their attention? This is especially true on websites like Twitter or Instagram, where people don't pay attention for long. If your message doesn't grab them and make sense right away, you've lost them. This means that even if you have something important to say, if you don't say it clearly, no one will hear it. Your message basically disappears into the online noise. Think about someone posting a comment on a news article online. If the comment is poorly written, maybe in all capital letters, with lots of exclamation points and unclear points, readers might not take the commenter's view seriously. They might think, this person is just yelling, instead of looking at the main idea of their argument. On the other hand, a well-organized, clearly written comment, even if it expresses a strong opinion, is more likely to be read, thought about, and maybe even answered. The sender's credibility goes up, and the receiver is more willing to interact because the effort to understand is worth it. The same is true for quick emails. An email that is too long, poorly organized, or full of confusing words might be put aside, never to be fully read or acted upon. The sender's credibility suffers and the chance for useful interaction is lost. Besides credibility and interaction, good writing also leads to efficiency and productivity. When you write clearly and briefly, you make it easier for others to understand and reply. This makes the whole communication process faster. Think about a work email. If you clearly state what you need, give all the important details, and suggest what to do next, the person receiving it can often reply quickly and well. They don't need to ask more questions or spend time figuring out what you want. This saves both your time and theirs. The same is true for social media. A clear, well-written post that gets straight to the point is more likely to be understood and acted upon, whether that action is a like, a comment, or a share. When communication is efficient, it helps everyone get more done. Projects move forward faster. Problems are solved more quickly. Teams work together more smoothly. Imagine a project manager sending instructions for a task. If the instructions are not clear, team members will spend time trying to understand them, causing delays. If the instructions are very clear, team members can start working right away, getting more done. This efficiency isn't just about saving time. It's about making sure that the time we spend communicating actually helps us achieve what we want. Poor writing is a hidden way that productivity is lost, slowing down individuals and whole groups. Finally, learning these skills can lead to big professional and personal opportunities. Good writing is a skill that opens doors. When looking for a job, a well-written resume and cover letter can be the reason you get an interview. During the interview process, clear communication, both written and spoken, is very important. Once you have a job, clear emails, reports, and presentations can help you stand out, get noticed by your boss, and maybe get promoted. Your ability to explain ideas, describe difficult topics, and convince others through writing is valuable in almost any job. In our personal lives, good writing can help us build and keep stronger relationships. Being able to clearly say your thoughts and feelings and messages to friends and family can make your connections deeper. It can help solve problems more peacefully and make sure loved ones feel understood and appreciated. Think about writing a heartfelt birthday message or clearly explaining what you need to a partner. These everyday acts of clear communication make bonds stronger. Beyond relationships, good writing lets you speak up for yourself well. Whether you are writing a letter to a company about a product that is not working or sharing your opinion on a local issue, clear and convincing writing gives you a stronger voice. It helps you get what you need and make your point effectively. Basically, functional writing skills are not just about avoiding mistakes. They are about actively creating good results. They are the tools that let us handle our daily interactions with confidence and success. They affect how people see us, how well we share our thoughts, how much trust we build, how efficiently we work, and the chances that come our way. Now that we understand why good writing is so important, the next step is to find the specific skills that make up this effective communication. We will start by looking at the main ideas of functional writing skills. Conclusion: you made it to the end. We learned a lot about writing for everyday life. Our goal was to help you write better so you can share your ideas clearly and with confidence. This is important for everything you write, like emails for work or posts on social media. You learned why good writing is needed and how to do it. The main thing we talked about is writing that works for a reason. This means writing to get something done. It's not just about knowing grammar rules. It's about using the right words, the right feeling, and the right way to write so your message works. For example, in emails, we learned how to write a good subject line so people open it. We learn to write messages that are easy to understand and sound polite. This helps people read your email, know what you mean, and do what you ask. On social media, we learned how to get people's attention and share your thoughts so others can connect with you. These skills, like being short and clear, help you talk to people online. All of this is writing that works for a reason. It helps you connect with others and share your ideas. You learned to write emails that are clear and easy to act on. You know how to start and end emails nicely. You can change how you write for different people and avoid common mistakes. On social media, you learned how to write posts that people like. You can change your message for different websites and write in a way that is short and interesting. You got better at knowing who you were writing for and why. You learned to be clear and not use too many words. You feel more sure about sharing your thoughts in writing. All of this helps you with writing that works for a reason. You are not just writing words, you are sharing your message with a purpose. Like any skill, writing gets better with practice. You have learned new ways to write. Now, use them often. Try to use what you learned in your emails and social media posts every day. Before you send something, stop and think, is it clear? Is it short? Is it right for the person reading it? Does it help me reach my goal? Look for chances to write. Ask friends or coworkers to read your writing and tell you what they think. Hearing from others helps you get better. Things always change in how we talk to each other. Keep learning, keep reading, and keep making your writing that works for a reason even better. By making your writing that works for a reason better, you will do more than just improve your emails or social media posts. You will get better at making friends, doing well in your job, sharing your ideas, and handling modern ways of talking to people more easily and with more trust. You now have a big help. You can share your message clearly and with a purpose. This will help you in all parts of your life. Thanks for being with us. Now, go and write with trust, clarity, and strength.